Hello everyone, this is the Abundance Oracle here, and it's a nice day out, although it is very cold. Although, hold on, you'll see, I don't know if you can see, the pond is not frozen over, so it's not horribly cold. Okay, so we had a conversation last about a mind map, and what my old mind map used to be filled with things that I had to do. This year, and I don't know if it's true for you all, but this year for me, there's so much that has changed in the, I'm going to say, political realm of our country, and our risk factors, the changes in our economy, and other instances, even just within our own families, that I think for me, it's been much harder this year to come up with all my projects. I have new projects that are going to have to be broken down into quite specific distinctions of discovery. So, for an example, one of the things for abundance is my net wealth. Well, last year I knew what my target was, and I didn't realize it was going to be so challenging because in the past I set myself up on a specific program to accumulate certain things and have, I knew my income coming in and et cetera, et cetera. So it was very simple just to set up a nice, organized little pattern. For me, there's a lot of uncertainty going forward, and it leads me to have to research and figure out solutions, not just follow a plan forward. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So there's a lot of research I'm going to need to do, a lot of hunting, finding new associates, finding new people that can work for me in areas that I didn't need anybody to work for me in the past. So, it's like going across, having landed at Plymouth Rock now, and now we're going across to California. There's so much unknown. And I think that's true for a lot of you out there too, that there's a lot of unknown about what you're up to right now over the next year, or where you might be heading, or maybe even by the end of this year, your route has changed. Okay, you're headed down one route to get to your goal. Now what you need to do, given the economy or maybe some circumstances in your family where people needed assistance, and so you had to change your plan. Okay, so I just want to share my thoughts with you on that before I get started on my next video, which will break down how you'll do things. So my basic categories are almost the same as last year's. Okay, and for me, that is my children, how I can assist them and help them and teach them whatever is needed. Finance for me is always a big one because my main goal in life, my main purpose is to be able to provide fun, which last year I didn't provide enough fun for the family and myself even, and abundance. The abundance, I'm now on the edge of abundance for not only myself and my family, but I'm organizing my generational wealth this year so that even if I died immediately, my wealth would pass down in a organized format such that whoever gets it next, whether that's my one day future grandchildren or my children, they'll be able to manage it, never having done management of my assets before, which is a big challenge. And I personally have been around a lot of people who have been trustees of trusts and who have not been people that I would have put managing my trust, because a lot of people that aren't really familiar. So for example, with the banks, they're not really intimately involved with your family, or investment banking firms. A lot of them, they know you, but they're not intimately involved in being able to make sure that the results get produced that you want to get produced. And sometimes it takes extraordinary actions to be able to do that. Not just someone saying, okay, we're going to move this out of the stock market now, get it safer for your children, maybe in long-term storage of metals or something like that. So there's a lot of thought now that has to go into my projects for next year. More thought than I have had to have in the past, I say 10 years. The last 10 years were just enacting and taking action to keep my plan going. So if you're like I am and you notice the world's changing and it changes your plans and how you're going to accomplish things, don't fear. Make a little line for that and write educate yourself on whatever aspect of your life that you need to educate yourself. We are so lucky that we now have YouTube and we have ways of accessing information that we didn't readily have available. Just think, back in 1929 when the Great Depression came along, and everything was booming, and then all of a sudden the banks closed one Friday, you couldn't get your cash out, it was disaster, instantaneous. Most people didn't have any clue that there might have been some difficulty. Now, most people know, okay, I better protect myself. We're heading into rough times. We have spent more and have more debt than we should have. We have an internal battle between those who want to protect those that are creating havoc in our country and those that are trying to protect the citizens. So it's a very interesting situation we're in. I just wanted to give you a heads up. Keep going. Maybe instead of using black magic marker, take and put things in pencil. And ultimately what we can do as we go through this process is the items that you have definitively organized around, you can change to black magic marker. So, and sometimes I have to rip up my whole darn thing and start over. So nothing is too difficult to handle from this time. You do it and you modify, you come up against challenges, and you figure out a solution. And if you don't have a solution, we'll all rely on each other here on how to be able to do some things. All right, love you all, and I hope you are still working on your mind map categories, and as such, it will expand out to more to-dos or things you need to have or to do to reach your goals. All right, love y'all, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.